Hello, my friend. Welcome to day 1 of the Daily Practice Challenge. This practice is all about getting you onto your mat and practicing in some way every day. For today's practice, we're focused on building strength. Strength in the physical body here on the mat. You are going to want at least 1 yoga block. If you've got 2, go ahead and grab 2, but definitely at least 1 block. Go ahead, grab what you need, unroll your mat, and I'm going to meet you coming to lie on your back. All right, my friend. Come to lie on your back and make sure that your block is handy so it's within hand's reach and you can easily grab a hold of that. And coming to lie all the way back, you can go ahead and hug the knees into the chest, giving them a loving squeeze. Taking a few moments here to check in with breath and body. Notice what's present for you today. And as you think about the word strength, consider what comes to mind for you. You might think about physical strength, emotional strength. Whatever comes up, allow it to come up and simply observe it. And from here, we're going to bring the knees just above the hips with the knees at a 90-degree angle. So the feet are going to be pointing towards the front of your mat. Now, as you come into this shape, you should feel the belly working, so it should feel kind of uncomfortable. If it doesn't feel kind of uncomfortable, that means that your knees are too close to your chest. So you've got a more acute angle here at the hip. You want exactly a 90-degree angle, maybe a smidge wider, so a little more of an obtuse angle, but a 90-degree angle so that the knees are right above the hips. You should feel the belly working. This should feel like work. Go ahead and extend the arms towards the sky so you're like in a tabletop position, but on your back. Keep the navel pulling in. Go ahead and begin to extend the right arm long over next to the right ear and extend the left leg long. Notice that the right knee is going to want to come in towards the chest. Don't let it. Keep the right knee right over the hip. And then bring the right arm up, bring the left knee back up. And then extend the right leg long and the left arm long. Again, notice that the left knee wants to come in towards the chest. Don't let it. Hover the right foot over the earth. Keep the left knee over the hip. And then come back up to center. And extend the right arm and the left leg. Keep the right knee right over the hip. Come up to center. And switch right leg and left arm. And lift. One more time, each side. Right arm, left leg long, and lift. Left arm and right leg long, and lift. And hug the knees into the chest. Whew. It's a lot harder than it looks, that one. It's kind of sneaky, huh? Alrighty, allow that to release, let that go. Now, if that did not feel like a lot of work on the core, on the belly, then your work next time you come to this practice is to really make sure that the knees are stacking right above the hips. So it should feel like quite a bit of work in the belly. Now go ahead and grab hold of your block. And you're going to take hold of the bottom part of the block. So you're going to hold it long ways, holding on to the bottom of it, and you can hold it at the narrowest side or the slightly wider side, however works for you. Extend the feet straight up to the sky. And the arms are reaching towards the sky as well. So you're reaching the block up towards the sky. Now this right here is going to be your inhale. So hips are on the earth, shoulders are on the earth. On your exhale, you're going to lift the hips up towards the sky. You'll lift the shoulders as well, and you're going to pass the block in between the feet. So you'll inhale here. Exhale, scoop everything up, pass the block between the feet, and then inhale to release. Exhale, scoop everything up, pass the block into the hands, and release. Exhale, lift, past the block. Inhale, lower. Exhale, belly to spine, and release. Your exhale will lift you up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, past the block. 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 Inhale, lower, and release. Bring knees into the chest. Give them a squeeze. Lower your block to the earth. Just jumping right into it, huh? Alrighty, go ahead and begin to roll yourself up. And make your way into a tabletop position, hands and knees. If you want to bring your block towards the front of your mat so that you have one or both of your blocks at the front of your mat, go ahead and bring it up there. That's where we'll need it to be next. So tabletop position, start to move through your cat-cow. As you inhale, drop the belly towards the earth, open the heart forward. And as you exhale, round the spine, press the earth away, bring the chin in towards the chest. Inhale to arch, open the heart. And exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, round. One more like this. Inhale. And exhale. From here, start to make your way into your downward facing dog, lifting the hips up high towards the sky and coming into any movement that speaks to you here. So you can pedal at the feet, bending one knee and then the other, maybe bending into both knees, maybe shifting hips side to side. Explore movement here in this shape. Checking in with calves and hamstrings. Notice what's present for you. From here, begin to walk the feet up to the hands. You're going to bring feet to hip width distance once you reach the top of your mat. Bring a generous bend into the knees. Let the torso and head hang heavy. You can shake out the head, yes and no. And feel the sensation sort of traveling up the legs into the hamstrings. Notice what's present there for you. Maybe finding a gentle sway of the torso, a little shifting of the weight on the feet. From here, we're going to inhale to lift up halfway, reach crown of the head forward, and exhale as you fold. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, fold. On this next one, we're going to lift halfway, but truly halfway. So keep a bend in the knees and lift the torso so that the crown of the head is really reaching forward. And then bring the arms next to the ears. And breathe. Root down through the feet. Feel that the sitting bones are reaching towards the back of your mat as your crown of the head and the fingertips are reaching forward. So you should feel the belly working. You should feel the inner thighs working, the glutes, the hamstrings, like all the things. Stay with me. And then come all the way up to stand, lifting the torso, and release arms by the sides of the body. Go ahead and bring the big toes to touch, finding your Tadasana mountain pose here at the top of your mat. As you inhale, lift the arms up high. As you exhale, hinge at the hips and fold over the legs. On your inhale, lift the gaze, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, plant the palms and step back into a plank pose. Strong plank here, so shoulders are over the wrists. The legs are active and awake, the kneecaps pulling up towards the hip points, heels reaching towards the back of your mat. Gazes towards the front edge of your mat. Press the earth away with the arms. Feel the navel pulling up towards the spine. and breathe. Option always to bring the knees down and modify this plank pose if it feels like it's too much to keep the knees lifted. Take one more inhale. And exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale to come forward into your plank pose again. As you exhale, option to bring the knees to the earth, or you can keep them lifted for chaturanga, lowering halfway. Inhale, open the heart, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Go ahead and step the right foot in between the hands. And we're going to come into a supported warrior 3. So option to bring blocks underneath your hands here. As you bring hands onto the earth, straighten into the right leg, reach the left leg towards the back of your space. If you don't want to use blocks or you don't have them, you can always bring hands onto the earth, but the blocks are a nice option if you do have them. Take an inhale here, extend in opposite directions. As we exhale, Shiva squat, bend into the right knee, bring the left knee behind the right. Inhale to extend. Exhale, Shiva squat. This time as you inhale, the left leg is going to go out towards the left. Extend the leg long, kind of a fire hydrant thing. And then exhale again, Shiva squat. Inhale, extend left leg back, supported warrior 3. Exhale, Shiva squat. Inhale, extend left leg out to the side, fire hydrant. Exhale, Shiva squat. One more time to the back. And Shiva squat. And one more time to the side. And Shiva squat. And then extend the left leg back. Begin to lift the torso, come to turn towards the left side of your mat. Heels in, toes out. We're going to come into a goddess pose. So lifting the arms up by the ears, 2 straight legs, 2 straight arms. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, sit down into the legs, bend the elbows, find goalpost arms in your goddess legs. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more lift high. Exhale, sit down low. And breathe. Feel that your tailbone is reaching towards the earth as the sternum and the heart reach up towards the sky. Maybe lift the heels coming onto the toes. And breathe. And then lower the heels, straighten the legs, lower the arms. We're going to come to face the back of your mat. If you want to grab your blocks and bring them with you, do that. So you're going to turn the hips and the feet to face the back of your mat, bringing the blocks to the back of your mat. We're coming into that supported warrior 3, just at the back of your mat with the left leg on the earth. So lifting the right leg, reaching crown of the head forward as the right heel reaches back. Inhale here. Exhale, bend the left knee, right knee comes behind the left, Shiva squat. Inhale to extend. Exhale, Shiva squat. This time, inhale, open right leg out towards the right, fire hydrant. Exhale, Shiva squat. Extend the leg back, Shiva squat. Right leg to the right, Shiva squat. And back, Shiva squat. And right, Shiva squat. Take the right leg back, step it back, come back into that goddess pose, facing the side of your mat. This time we're going to sit right down into it. Find those goalpost arms. Sit down low. Find length in the spine. Feel the crown of the head reaching towards the sky. Maybe lift the heels. Keep breathing. And bring heels to the earth, straighten into the legs, lower the arms. Turn to face the front of your mat, turning the toes, the feet, the hips. Bring the hands onto the earth and come back into downward facing dog. Take a big breath in through the nose. Open the mouth and let it go. On an inhale, look between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees and step or hop to the top of the mat. As you inhale, lift the gaze and lengthen. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees really deeply, lift the torso, find your Utkatasana, chair pose. Sitting low into the legs, the pubic bone is gently pulling up towards the navel so that the lower belly is staying firm, taking a little bit of the arch out of the lower back. From here, begin to lift the heels, coming onto the toes, stay low in the legs. And like an elevator, begin to slowly lower. You should feel the quads talking to you. Oh yeah, lowering the hips. And then seeing if you can find the thighs parallel to the earth. Bringing the palms to touch at heart center. Coming into your toe stand here. Now if you feel really super rock steady here, maybe you play with bringing the right toes forward in front of you. And maybe extending the right leg long. Ooh, and then bring it back. And if you do it on one side, you gotta do it on the other. Bringing the left toes in front of you and extending the left leg long. Oh yeah. And then bring it back. Beautiful. From here, we come out just the same way we came in. So press down into the toes, stay with the heels lifted if you can, and lift up, just like an elevator. Up. And then lower the heels and stand up tall. Inhale to lift the arms up high. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the gaze, lengthen. And as you exhale, you can step or hop back, take a vinyasa here, or you can head straight to downward facing dog if you would prefer. And that's where we all meet. From here, we're coming into a dolphin pose. Now you have the option of bringing one elbow and forearm onto the earth and then the other, or for a little extra challenge, see if you can begin to bend the elbows back towards you and bring both of them onto the earth at the same time. Dolphin pose. So this is just like your downward facing dog, but you are on forearms. Pressing the chest back towards the legs, pressing the earth away through the forearms and the hands. Now from here, we're going to come into some dolphin push-ups. So you have some options in terms of how far you come. So you're going to walk the feet back a little bit so you're in a longer dolphin. It might feel a little bit awkward. And your first option is to bring the chest forward just into a forearm plank and then back into your dolphin. So you'll stay here, forearm plank, bringing the elbows right, or the shoulders right above the elbows and then back. Or option two, come on forward, dip a little farther down, maybe bringing the chin towards the earth and then press back, dolphin pose. Come on forward, dip the chest and the chin towards the earth and then press it back. So choose where you want to be. And we have 3 more of these. One more. And take it back. Walk the feet in a little bit, shorten that dolphin. And then see if you can come into your downward facing dog by pressing firmly into both hands and lifting both elbows up off the earth at the same time. So many things. Take a big breath in through the nose. Open the mouth and let it go. Bring the knees onto the earth. Seat to feet, find a child's pose. Bring the hands back towards the feet so that the shoulders can really relax down. Take a few moments here. Allow your breath to slow down, to smooth out. And remember that this pose here is also an embodiment of strength. And the strength to know when to pull back a little bit, to know when to slow down, to take breaks, to rest. Slowly begin to lift the torso. And you can bring the hips to one side as you bring the legs around in front of you, bringing the soles of the feet to touch. Make sure you're sitting up on your sit bones, not rolling back on your tailbone. And you don't need to pull the feet in too close to the body. You can kind of let them be a little farther out in a bit of a longer diamond shape. And we're just really nice and easy going to fold over the legs, coming to whatever depth feels most comfortable for you. And coming back here to what the word strength means to you. So this was a short but strong practice. Strength can take many forms. You've embodied strength here physically on the mat. And so now begin to consider what strength is going to look like as you step off of your mat. How will you continue to embody this strength? And gently begin to lift the torso. And if you have time for Shavasana today, please take Shavasana. If you do not quite have enough time for a Shavasana, please join me in a tall seat, maybe sitting up on a block or a cushion. Sitting up nice and tall, feeling yourself root down through sitting bones, the crown of the head reaching skyward. Allow the eyelids to close here for a moment, bringing the awareness into the breath. And bringing the palms to touch at heart center and bowing the head gently towards the hands. Thank you so much for allowing me to lead you here in this practice today. Namaste. Thank you so much, yogis, for joining me here today. I'll meet you back on the mat tomorrow for day 2.